Welcome to PNG Trends Burner. It is a common understanding that millions circulate in Waigani, but do you know the millions our MPs play around with is just a tiny fraction of our real wealth? Yes, that's 100% right. For decades, mining companies have unearthed vast quantities of gold from the heart of our land, generating billions in revenue. But here's the real question. Who's benefiting from this wealth? Is it the foreign companies running the mines, the government, the landowners, the employees? Or is it the ordinary Papua New Guinean like you and me? High gold price. With gold prices at an unprecedented US $3,000 per ounce, our nation, a country floating on gold, is sitting on a mountain of wealth. Ask any foreign gold pundit and they will confirm this. But with opportunity comes challenges and opportunists. In light of the gold price surge, the government is turning its attention to Barrick's Porgera gold mine, one of PNG's largest gold producers, to uncover where the wealth is flowing and to assess whether the government is getting its fair share under the new Porgera deal. But the recent independent audit of Barrick revenues from the new Porgera gold mine raises further questions. What about Lihir gold mine, K92 gold mine? What about the countless other gold and mineral-producing companies operating in PNG? And what about the alluvial gold sector, often left unmonitored? Is the audit of Barrick spending at Porgera a hot topic because the current government is very much invested in it?
KMHL will first verify this figure through an audit process.
And then we are doing up the terms of reference for the independent audit company.
Yeah.
So our CFO and his team are working on terms of reference now. So the audit is going to happen. Yeah. So the audit is going to happen. Yeah.
Porgera gold mine. Let's start with Porgera. It has been a cornerstone of PNG's mining industry, consistently producing strong results since its reopening. Did you know that the PNG government owns 51% of Porgera through Concl Minerals Holdings Limited, KMHL? Sounds promising on paper, doesn't it? But here's where it gets complicated. With gold prices surging to $3,000 per ounce, Porgera's revenues have more than doubled compared to when gold was valued at $1,500 per ounce during its initial financial planning. Surely this means faster debt repayments, better roads, and schools for our children, right? That's precisely the aim of the audit, to ensure that Porgera's wealth isn't just enriching foreign shareholders, but is also transforming the lives of local landowners and ordinary Papua New Guineans. Because as it stands, it feels like billions are passing by, untouched by the communities that shoulder the mine's social and environmental burdens.
That good things will be delivered to our people and they will advance from their grass huts to a more advanced and developed community. And on that basis, the people have signed the agreement and allow the government to hand over the mining lease to the company. Over the years, those things promised in the agreement were not delivered. And now landowners have served a notice of dispute and a claim for breaches of agreement. And that has even not been addressed. And now we're going to take it up in the current government to address it before they renew the mining lease or extend the mine life whatsoever. Socially, the mine has affected the livelihood of the SML residents and the program generally in very significant way beyond anybody's imagination. This impact on people's life cannot be accepted anywhere in the Western world. People in Papua New Guinea, they live on a piece of land. The boundary surrounding them is enemy land, another clan's land. They cannot move. Porgera's case, some of the landowners within the SML as well as outside the SML, the entire clan's piece of land has been taken away permanently. And that is total human rights abuse. They just destroy it without any notice and forget about it. Nobody's paying any attention. They're treating them like animals.
Lihir, Kainantu and the other PNG mines. While Porgera is under scrutiny, PNG's other major gold producers are raking in wealth on an even larger scale. Lihir gold mine, the crown jewel of PNG's mining sector, produces an incredible 625,649 ounces of gold annually, earning $1.88 billion US, 7.77 billion kina at today's gold prices. Meanwhile, Kainantu gold mine, K92 mining, is rapidly expanding with potential annual revenues of $573.8 million US, 2.37 billion kina. Let's face it, foreign companies are pocketing billions while leaving crumbs for the government and landowners. The environmental damage, that's borne by the communities. The displacement, that's endured by the landowners. Where's the wealth for the people? The audit of Porgera is just the beginning. Every mine in PNG needs the same level of scrutiny.
So under the current arrangement, we cannot allow the mine to continue. If the agreement's not going to be honored, what's the point in getting into another agreement? What's the point? There's no need for the continuity of the mine. Under another agreement, when you don't honor the original agreement. As simple as that.
Yes, in your view, damage is done. But the claim for the damage, only from
The accountability gap, monitoring and inspections. Here lies PNG's biggest challenge, monitoring and accountability. Systems meant to track gold production and ensure compliance remain weak. Mining companies have been accused of underreporting output, avoiding taxes and exploiting loopholes in regulations. This has robbed PNG of critical revenues that could build roads, schools and hospitals. Efforts are being made. The Internal Revenue Commission, IRC, is leading the charge with Project Master, cracking down on tax evasion and ensuring companies pay their dues. The Mineral Resources Authority, MRA, and PNG Customs have introduced digital tracking systems to monitor gold production more effectively, yet these measures are not enough. Stronger enforcement and independent audits are needed to stop companies from exploiting resources without giving back. The question lingers. Are taxes being paid in full to provincial and national governments? Alluvial mining, the smuggling crisis.
You're losing 600 million kina 1 year, and you think this is nothing? 600 million kina. That's gone out from one sector. I'm not talking about every other sector. I'm talking about the alluvial sector alone. Alluvial sector alone. 600 million kina last year, Prime Minister. This country can lose that money, and you just turn a blind eye to it?
Beyond the big mining companies, PNG's alluvial gold sector faces its own set of challenges. This is where unregulated, small-scale gold mining dominates, and where illegal buyers and smugglers operate unchecked. Yes, you read that right. The alluvial sector is a hotbed for corruption, riddled with syndicates and foreign nationals exploiting PNG's resources. According to a Post-Courier report on October 20th, 2023, alluvial gold worth 10 million kina are smuggled out every year, or up to 15 kilograms of gold is smuggled out of PNG to international markets weekly, particularly in Asia. That is insane. And you know what? Syndicates operate in places like Moroba, Bougainville, Western Province and Enga, buying gold illegally and avoiding taxes. The consequences are dire. Small-scale miners, many from rural communities, sell their gold to unlicensed buyers at unfair prices, losing their rightful earnings. At the same time, the government loses millions in revenue, money that could build much-needed schools, clinics and infrastructure. To stop this, reforms are essential. Amending the Mining Act, tightening export regulations and cracking down on illegal buyers are critical steps. If left unchecked, the alluvial sector will continue to bleed PNG of its rightful wealth. What now? With gold prices at a staggering $3,000 per ounce, Papua New Guinea is experiencing record-breaking revenues from its mining sector. Major companies like Lihir, Porgera and Kainantu are generating billions, yet much of this wealth flows out of the country, leaving communities, landowners and ordinary Papua New Guineans with mere crumbs. The audit of Porgera gold mine is a step toward accountability, but it must not stop there. Stronger inspections, tighter monitoring systems, and greater accountability are urgently needed to ensure that mining profits are properly recorded, reported, and shared. And let's not forget the alluvial sector, where smuggling continues to rob the nation of millions. The PNG government and its regulatory and monitoring agencies must pay close attention to what is going on in the gold market right now. Our gold, our wealth, our future. Protect it. Subscribe to PNG Trends Burner YouTube community for in-depth analysis on trending topics and breaking news.